Hi friends, welcome to Cozy Corner Chats with me, Macayla. I'm very excited to be sitting here in what I call my cozy corner, bringing you this new series, but I'll be completely honest, I really lacked the motivation to show up today. I set everything up, I got my little situation over here trying to make her look super cute, and as soon as I sat down, I went blank and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this right now. I don't have the energy. I don't know what to say. Just all of that negative talk started coming in, and it actually has inspired me for the topic of today's video. I have been seeing a lot of other people talk about motivation and how they just lack it and they want to be doing things or they need to be doing things and they're just not showing up with the potential that they have. And same, like literally I feel you, I'm in the same boat. It happened to me just 10 minutes ago. You have to show up when you don't feel like it, because that's when you're really going to build that discipline. And it's easy to show up when everything in life is so great, when you have all of this energy, when you're feeling so inspired and so passionate, right? Obviously, it's super easy to get shit done, whether that be in your career or in your personal life or whatever it is that you've got on that to-do list. You wake up one day and you're just feeling on top of the world. You're gonna bang everything out, no problem. But you wake up other days, most days you're tired, you need to get your coffee in, your breakfast in, right? You're kind of dragging ass, as they say, before you kind of build up that energy to go. This really goes hand in hand with building habits, creating habits that last. If you have a good habit of doing something every single day, it doesn't matter how you feel, you're going to do that thing because it's habitual. It's a part of your day-to-day life. So for example, I've been going on morning walks, which have started to be like morning jogs and runs as well, which is so like weird of me, but it feels so good. And I've been doing this now for the last 2 months with very few days missed here and there. That has become a major part of my day, that it does not matter how I feel when I wake up, I'm going on that walk. It's become a part of my identity. And that is like a whole other situation that we can get into, but who do you want to identify as? Who is the type of person you are trying to be? Are you trying? Do you want to be? Forget trying, right? Because I don't believe in trying. I believe you either do something or you don't do it. You don't try to do it, right? Because if you say, oh, I'm trying to be a disciplined person, I'm trying to find the motivation to do that, I'm trying to be the best version of myself, it's not gonna happen. You have to say, I am showing up as the best version of myself. I am going to motivate myself to do this even though I don't feel like it. I am going to build these habits that I know are going to help me, that are going to improve my way of living. The answer to this problem of being unmotivated is just that it's our identity. We're identifying as lazy people or as unmotivated beings. We have to rewrite the story about who it is that we are. And I really believe that it starts with our habits, because we have to build that confidence within ourselves to prove that we can do the things that we say we need to do. And when you start doing that, when you build a habit and you stick to it, you become much more confident in your ability to do things because you've proved to yourself that you can do it, right? It's plain and simple. So there are 4 keys to building habits that last. And this is not something that I have created. This is something that I took from the book Atomic Habits by James Cleary. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you read it. I also, as I said his name, I really hope that that was correct. But I highly suggest that you purchase and read this book. It's one of the most life-changing books I've read. I'll have it linked in the description below. There are 4 things that you need to do to build habits that last and that will allow you to show up in these unmotivated moments. The first is to make it obvious. The second is to make it attractive. The third is to make it easy. And the fourth is to make it satisfying. So I'm gonna break this down for you with my example of this morning routine habit that I've built for myself. So with the first, make it obvious. For me, with my walks, that means having my workout clothes ready in the morning, my shoes, my headphones. It means having the things out that I'm gonna need for the walk. So it's obvious to me that, okay, I'm gonna go do this, right? So whatever habit it is that you're trying to build, maybe for you, it's getting back into reading or getting into reading. Set out the books. Don't just like shove them away. Put the books out. Make it obvious. Maybe it's you're trying to change your eating habits, okay? Put out the foods that you want to be eating more of, in plain sight. So whatever it is that this habit is you're trying to build, make it obvious. The second one, make it attractive. This for me, my morning walks are in my really cute and quiet, peaceful neighborhood. It's a beach town, so I walk down to the beach and it's beautiful. I love seeing it every morning. I also pass a lot of puppies. There's this one dog that lives at this one house that I pass every morning, and I purposely go that way because seeing that dog every day is like an attractive part of the walk. It just like brings me joy. I really love seeing her. She's so cute. I don't know anything about her or her name or anything, but yeah. Going back to the other examples of reading or changing your eating habits. For reading, make it attractive. Maybe you buy the hardcover copy of the book and it feels just really nice to hold, or you set up like a cute cozy corner to read in. For food, maybe for you, making it attractive is like having a really clean space to prepare the food in, getting some really pretty dishes to eat the food off of, right? You kind of have to get creative with the different habits that you're building, but do it in a way it's gonna make you feel good, right? The third one is to make it easy. I have not really pushed myself to go crazy in the morning with these walks up until recently, where I've started to incorporate a little bit of jogging and a little bit of running. But prior to this past week, I literally go and I just walk. It is so easy, right? Walking, like for most of us, is very simple. So I just keep it simple. I take a nice brisk walk and it's easy, and I'm not like pushing myself to do this super intense cardio or weightlifting workout at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like that's just not it. I'm making it easy for myself because if you make things easy, you're more prone to actually do it. And then over time, you can introduce some new things when it's gotten maybe too easy, kind of like what I've been doing recently. So for the book example, start with just like a simple, easy read. You don't have to get this like philosophical, crazy ass book with all these big words that you don't know, because if you do that, you're not going to enjoy it. It's going to be way too challenging for you, especially if you go from reading no books to hopping right into this very intricate, detailed book. That's going to be such a turnoff for you, right? So find a book that is like an easy read. Once again, Atomic Habits, definitely an easy read, highly recommend. And all the other books too that are linked in my little personal development Amazon book, like what do you call it, list, they're all very easy reads. It's trash day. We'll wait. I'll wait. Love when the teachers used to say that. And then the other example I've been giving with the food, make it easy. I'm not a chef, so I can definitely relate to this example. If you don't really cook that often, right? You're working on creating better eating habits because you're somebody who maybe goes and eats fast food a lot because it's just very convenient. You don't like to cook, or you think you can't cook, whatever. make cooking easy for yourself. Maybe you can invest in some like meal planner service, or maybe you can buy like frozen veggies or frozen things that are just easier to prep, like to throw in the air fryer really quick, or the toaster, or just different things that you don't have to, once again, you don't have to jump from 0 to 100. Like you're building a new habit. It's gonna take some time. Think about the habits you have right now, right? Think about how long those habits have taken to stick, right? The bad habits. It's taken years and years of you doing the same thing over and over again for that habit to now live with you. So what makes you think that creating a new habit, a good habit, is gonna happen like that? It's not. You have to be patient and you have to give yourself time. But if you do these things and you make it easy for yourself, it'll be easier, for lack of a better word, to start creating that new habit, right? So make it easy for yourself is number 3. And then number 4 is to make it satisfying. Obviously, this is gonna look a lot different. All of these things are gonna look a lot different based on who you are and the habits you're trying to build. For me, on my morning walk, what's satisfying to me about that is going early, because it's just like the weather is so perfect. It's just crisp and cool. I love like the sounds of the birds chirping when I open the door and the sun is just rising. I put my favorite music on because that to me is also very satisfying, and that can kind of also fall into like the attractive category. I feel like those two categories are very similar. But another part of going on my morning walks that is super satisfying is the end result, is how I know I'm going to feel after. I always feel so good. I feel energized and ready to start my day. So to me, that is the most satisfying thing about it, and it's why I continue to do it every single day. Plus, with the help of the other 3 things that I've now incorporated, making it obvious, making it attractive, making it easy, it's become a staple in my day-to-day life. So let's go back to reading books, making it satisfying. Maybe you get a highlighter and you highlight like the things that really stick out to you. I don't know about you, but to me, like highlighting, like the highlighter to the paper, it can be very satisfying, and like fun colors. Maybe do some like color coordination, or maybe you get the little like book tabs and you mark different things that really stick out to you, and then it's very satisfying to have that organization. Or maybe you write notes about it, or you could take what you learned and go and share it with somebody, whether it be on social media or just in your personal life, and they're like, wow, that's really good information. That could be very satisfying too, because you know that what you're doing is not only impacting yourself, but it's influencing others potentially. When it comes to changing your eating habits, making it satisfying, I think, because I've experienced this myself, the way that you feel from eating better foods in itself, that feeling is very satisfying, because you're not on the toilet with your booty hole exploding like you would be if you had some Taco Bell or some Burger King. Girl, I have a horror story about Burger King, but we're not gonna get into that. But I think the feeling of just knowing you chose something better for yourself, that is super satisfying. So once again, this is gonna look different for everyone based on who you are and the habits that you're building, but the core part of building a habit that lasts is doing these 4 things: making it obvious, making it attractive, making it easy, and making it satisfying. And then those bad habits that you have that you're struggling to break, you do the exact opposite. So you're gonna make it not obvious, you're going to make it unattractive, you're going to make it hard, and you're going to make it unsatisfying. So one habit that I have been working on breaking is being on my phone all the time and going into that doom scroll. So making it unobvious, putting my phone away, like not having it out when I'm trying to work, I'll put it elsewhere. Making it unattractive. This one has kind of been challenging. I think for me, the answer to this could be like deleting all of my social media apps, because then I really wouldn't have any reason to go on my phone. But unfortunately, being an influencer, being a creator, it's hard to do that. So I have to get a little bit creative. I really have to work on the not obvious thing and just like get it out of my sight. Make it hard, right? That's kind of goes hand in hand with not obvious. Like, put my phone in a completely different room when I'm working. Make it unsatisfying. To me, just like the doom scroll, it goes, the satisfying part, as I've kind of mentioned a few times, to me, I've taken that and interpreted it as the feeling that you receive from the habit, from the action. If that feeling is good, then, and you're satisfied, then it's a good habit, probably, right? If that feeling is bad and it's unsatisfying, then it's probably a bad habit. Some bad habits can feel satisfying though, of course. But I think that bad habits that feel satisfying only feel satisfying like very quickly for a few seconds, and then you're left feeling like shit. Kind of like how you feel when you eat fast food, or I don't know, like when you drink, right? When you drink a lot of alcohol and then like you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, last night was fun and that part was satisfying, but now I'm like dying. You've got to start somewhere, right? Like if you're not doing the things that you want to be doing, you're not doing the things that you need to be doing in order to get to that next level, whatever that next level is for you, whether it be in your career, in your relationship, in your personal life, with your physical health, your mental health, right? You've got to start somewhere. Stop trying to do it all at once and start here. Start with a list of the good habits that you want to start creating and the bad habits that you want to start breaking. And then go through these 4 things here and work them in with each habit. And then just take it day by day, step by step, moment by moment, and you will get there. But overall, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to get real with yourself and call yourself out. Call out the bullshit. Like, I know when I'm doom scrolling, I literally will say out loud, get the fuck off your phone, get off your ass, and let's get to work. Like, what are we doing? We're wasting time. I have to call myself out. Maybe you have somebody in your life who can hold you accountable, like partially, but at the end of the day, you know, you have to be that person for yourself most of the time. But if you do have somebody in your life, a significant other or a best friend or maybe like a roommate or something that you can work with, then definitely take advantage of that. But for me personally, I'm just kind of out here doing my thing, having to hold myself accountable like 9 out of 10 times. So I just call myself out, get real with myself and say, hey, I know I'm not showing up to the best of my ability. I know that I am not operating at the highest level. I know that the potential I have is way greater than how I'm acting in this moment. So let's fucking go. And I really believe that's how you get that motivation. I mean, motivation to me, it's kind of bullshit. Like, you're only motivated when you're feeling really good and when everything is going great. And that's not really the reality of life. Things are gonna feel uncertain a lot of times. Things are gonna hit you out of nowhere, right? You're gonna wake up and lack energy sometimes. Like, it just is what it is. So it's not motivation that you need. It's dedication to becoming a better person. It's dedication to evolving into that highest version of yourself. If you're dedicated to that and you have your eyes on the prize of this vision of this life, then you will show up whether you are motivated or not. And habits, building those really good habits, will help you to do that. So that's what I have for you today in the Cozy Corner chat. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. What did you take away from this? I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please continue the chat with me in the comments. Share with a friend who might need this, and come back next week for more. Until next time, bye.